What's up, y'all, man? We got another video. We got NBA free agency has been insane, bro. Let's see this. New upcoming trades.
So free agency has been kind of wild so far in the NBA. We've also seen some trades go down in free agency as well. So I just want to give some thoughts on what has happened so far over the last 72 hours in the NBA. So I actually went live here on the channel and no moves went down at 6 o'clock Eastern on Tuesday night when free agency started. The biggest thing we got to react to was Tim Hardaway.
You want to the Heat? Okay. What y'all think about that, bro? So he must have been a free agent.
Jr. signing with the Miami Heat, which we could start with because Tim Hardaway Jr. is a really good addition to the Miami Heat. He signed for $6.5 million, and he was one of the better bench players in the league last year and one of the better three-point shooters as well. 40% from three on 7 attempts a night. He had his best season in years with the Denver Nuggets. He was a part of the team that ended up becoming the 3 seed in the Western Conference. I also had a huge brain fart during the stream, and I said that Penny Hardaway was Tim Hardaway Jr.'s dad. So they got to have a father and son in Miami at one point in their careers. But obviously, Tim Hardaway Sr. has played for the Miami Heat before. But yeah, getting a shooter around Giannis and Bam was a necessity for Miami in free agency. They got one of the better shooters on the market. You know what doesn't belong?
I mean, they get Giannis, so I feel like Giannis should go to, like, I feel like that's a good team for Giannis, bro. Especially like Bam, that nigga scored like 80 that game. I feel like too, like, you gotta think about it, bro. That's unstoppable 2 centers right there, bro. And I think they did trade, I think, Gabriel Hawkins' brother, though. I ain't gonna lie, I think they did do that. But I don't know, man, because like I said, man, they can't double Bam. And it's like the paint is just like, it's sweet, bro. You got Giannis and Bam on the same team. If they can get like a good shooting player, bro. I mean, I think they got Tyler Hero or something. Like, I don't know who else they got, bro. I ain't gonna lie, but they'll get some shooters, bro. They straight. I ain't gonna lie.
Your summer plan.
That's
just free agency. The draft as well in the NBA landscape. And you can do this 100% time. $180 again, LeBron James and for sponsoring today's video. So then I want to talk about the biggest free agent that's changed teams so far before LeBron James ends up signing with his next team. And that's going to be Walker Kessler to the Los Angeles Lakers. I said throughout the stream that I didn't really think Walker Kessler was going to be traded, but if he was going to leave the Jazz, I would be less shocked of that than if Jalen Duren ended up leaving the Detroit Pistons. Well, at about 11:30 a.m. yesterday, Shams Charania reported that the Lakers are acquiring Walker Kessler from the Utah Jazz for an unprotected first rounder.
Unprotected
2031 and 2030.
Oh, that's like 8 years from
23 with swaps in 2028 and 2030, and they're also giving him a 4-year, $130 million contract. So yeah,
that nigga's that good.
$32.5 million pays Walker Kessler like he's a top 10 center in the NBA. He only played 5 games last year due to a shoulder injury.
He's getting $130 million.
This is exactly what the Lakers need on the court. He can set screens. He can catch alley-oops.
Anthony Davis left. They just been desperate. I'm gonna be honest, like
maybe he could space the floor going forward and he can rim protect. It's the center they've been trying to acquire since they traded for Luka Doncic. They tried Mark Williams last year at the deadline. That got rescinded. They tried DeAndre Ayton. That didn't really work out. Jackson Hayes is actually replacing Walker Kessler in Utah on a deal worth 2 years.
Damn. But I ain't lie, I would have traded him too after that sorry ass dunk. Let me be honest, like Jackson Hayes a good player, but that fucking dunk at a dunk contest, bro. I would just be disgusted, man. Like that shit was just so weak. I never forget how weak that shit was, bro. Because I made a video on Jackson Hayes doing that underlegs dunk, and niggas was saying, "Oh, he been doing that. This nigga has no knowledge." And then the dunk contest comes up, and he does that weak ass dunk, bro. Man, hell no, man. I would have traded that too after that. $1 million.
They're going to have a Yusuf Nurkic, Jackson Hayes center duo. Definitely a downgrade over there. But for the Lakers, it's a huge risk trading that draft capital. They don't own any first round picks directly until 2034 outside of 2032. So just 1 first rounder. That's in 6 years from now.
Everything actually be thinking like, okay, bet. I know who I'm going to get in the 2033 draft, bro. Because I don't think they do. You feel what I'm saying? I think they just be thirsty and they just be like, okay, I can get a first round pick in general.
Else is either going
unless they just think they're going to get a rookie and just build around him
elsewhere, or it's a swap. Worse, they also don't own a single second rounder till 2033 either. So yeah, the Lakers basically got no draft capital to improve this team unless they do a swap on top of a swap. I think he's going to be an impactful player right away for the Lakers, but like I said, it's incredibly risky to see where this team is going to go in the future. Luka Doncic could be a free agent in the 2029 offseason, but the Lakers were able to make a flurry of moves moves after they signed and traded for Walker Kessler. They weren't done there. They basically had 4 moves get confirmed in basically a half an hour. So one of those moves was Quentin Grimes leaving the Philadelphia 76ers.
Man, that boy Quinn. I told y'all that nigga jump shot green though. I used him in 2K. I try to tell y'all his jump shot green though. I ain't even gonna count.
A team we're gonna get to in a little bit.
To the Lakers. Okay.
To sign a 4-year deal.
I mean, they do need some 3-point shooters. I mean, they got my boy A. Reeves and Luka. I think they still got my boy Rui. But shit, who else they got? Got my boy Bronny. Vanderbilt dude? I think
$60 million with the Lakers. Quentin Grimes actually played with Luka Doncic in Dallas in 2025 before Nico Harrison traded both of them at the trade deadline that season. Quentin Grimes and Luka had positive synergy together. They had a positive plus-minus out there in a short span in the first half of that season. He would go on to ball out for Philadelphia in the second half of that 2025 season for Caleb Martin. He dropped 22 points, 5 rebounds, 4.5 assists. Quentin Grimes definitely took a little bit of a step back last year, but he could be a 3-and-D weapon for the Lakers moving forward. They also signed another guard in Colin Sexton to a 2-year deal worth $19 million. Colin Sexton was
what's he doing? Good
also a really good shooter last year
he was.
For the Charlotte Hornets at the start of the year, and then was traded for Kobe White.
I told y'all, bro, like, I mean, well, I think they said LeBron is going to lead the Lakers, but shit, they got to get as many people
at the deadline. He also shot around 40% from 3 with the Chicago Bulls. I don't really know if this was a necessity here. You did have Bronny James in the wings, but Luka and Austin Reeves are playing 35 minutes a night. You did get Quentin Grimes as a backup. I didn't really know if you needed to invest another $9 million into a backup guard. And then lastly, they were able to sign Sandro Mamukelashvili from the Toronto Raptors.
Some threes. I remember that. Okay.
Mamu basically signed a veteran minimum on a 1+1 with the Raptors last offseason.
Damn, he thirsty, ain't he?
And that was a great contract by the Raptors, and he made himself some money. 4 years, $52 million with the Lakers going forward. And Mamu was somebody that shot 39% from 3 last year for the Raptors on about 4 attempts a night. He's a big body out there. He's 6'9", 240 pounds. But he's the Raptors on about 4 attempts a night. He's a big body out there. He's 6'9", 240 pounds. But he's not really a rim protector. He's not a great perimeter defender. And that's kind of been the theme right now with the Lakers. I have to think something is next because you have Luka and Reeves, 2 heavily offensive-minded guys on the perimeter that like to have the ball in their hands. Walker Kessler is a great rim protector and interior defender who is guarding the perimeter right now because Quentin Grimes is an all-right defender, but he's not going to be able to guard Anthony Edwards. He's not going to be able to guard Steph Curry and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in the Western Conference. So is their best defender on their roster Adu Thero? Is it Jared Vanderbilt? I do wonder if the Lakers are going to make another move going forward. People have been saying they might just waive and stretch DeAndre Ayton and save some money to go out and sign a forward. I thought they could have acquired somebody like Lou Dort, but the Thunder picked up that team option. You have to think there's got to be something next with the Lakers moving forward. But when LeBron said he was going to be leaving the Lakers on Tuesday, a flurry of moves were expected to happen, and they were actually able to get Walker Kessler. Like I said, I love the fit of Walker Kessler.
Who do you think he's going to go to, though? The Warriors? I
Kessler with Luka and Reeves, I think it's exactly who they need right away. But if maybe they don't win enough games, now you're now talking.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Me and my homie was talking about, like, I ain't gonna lie, Draymond might have to get that number up, bro. It's gonna be real, bro. Like, because I mean, I don't think they could. Is somebody number 6 on the Warriors? I think so. So shit, somebody number 6, one of them going to get a number up. Unless I personally said that he could be number 29 because 23 and 6, you add that up. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I think. You know what I'm saying?
That Luka could potentially leave, or maybe they're going to just be underperforming because they have no perimeter defense. They don't have first-round picks in the 2030s. I feel like so many teams have traded first-rounders in the 2030s this offseason. The Phoenix Suns did a 2033 first for Miles Bridges. The Raptors did it for Kawhi.
I ain't lie. That is a good impact. D-Book do need some help. Oh, they got Allen dude. What's on that team? The Suns? That boy DB. Okay. Yeah. I don't remember anybody else.
Leonard. The Wolves did it for LaMelo
They just stayed on the Sun.
Ball. The Heat did it for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And oh yeah, it was not a free agency signing, but it's maybe been the biggest move all week. Jaylen Brown, the 2024 Finals MVP, has been traded, which wasn't the most shocking thing to happen because we
just feel like, didn't they say like JB or Jason Tatum played better without either one of them?
Kind of expected Jaylen Brown to be traded. He was floated around in the Giannis Antetokounmpo trade talks.
But I feel like JB to the
he obviously ended up getting sent to the Miami Heat, but it's to the team and the package. So Jaylen Brown got traded.
for PG. Now, like PG been on so many different teams after his prime, bro. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. But the Celtics for PG, damn. So they got JT and PG in the cut. Then my boy Peyton Pritch. Uh, hey man, I ain't gonna lie. I don't. Yeah, man. I'm not your
for
damn
Paul George and
NBA
2
analyst,
first
bro.
round
You go
picks and
sit
2
down,
second
watch
round
yourself.
pick swaps. Somebody actually proposed this idea in my free agency stream earlier in the day on Wednesday, and I brushed it off. I was like, no way the 76ers
Oh,
could pull
sure.
that off. Here's a clip of it. Jalen Brown to the Sixers for PG in first. I don't think.
Wait, Jake? It was Jake? Wait, what? I was in the chat.
I don't think they. I think they'd rather just hold on to Jalen Brown, to be honest with you. And
JB.
trading him to Philly would be like horrible optics wise. But yeah, I honestly
Damn.
still can't believe this trade
So that
went
shit
down.
happened.
Not only did they
So I didn't
trade away
predict that
Jalen
shit.
Brown, they sent him to their division rival, the team that actually just beat them in a 7-game playoff series. They blew a 3-1 lead to
Well, my boy
Philadelphia in the
MJ.
playoffs to get Paul George, who's
Maxey, okay.
36 years old, about 5 years older than Jalen Brown. You did get a
JB, look, you might have won this trade, bro. Like roster wise, and I feel like JB, like he's more impactful than Paul George, if we're being real. So I feel like he'll actually do a lot more on the 76ers, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Because I feel like the 76ers don't really have no like who's their power forward? I don't know, but
first
shit.
round pick in 2028. It could be a
feel me?
valuable first rounder. They did get an unprotected first rounder in 2031. Jalen Brown will be 35 years old then.
Damn.
But this is a home run trade, in my opinion, for the Philadelphia 76ers. So this wasn't like a big free agency signing, but
Like
it happened
29.
during free agency because the Celtics, before this deal went down, signed Mitchell Robinson to a 3-year deal with.
I mean, I did say, but then I feel like I talked about Mitchell Robinson before. Well, I didn't say he was going to get traded. This like the Celtics though. Damn, the Celtics starving. Okay, so who was the other center? Porzingis, I think he got traded. But who was the other center? I don't even remember. I'm gonna be honest. Oh, Kata. Yeah, the Kata dude. Okay. I think he had like 30 points one game. Okay, so the Kata dude. So you got Kata and my boy Mitchell Rob, and then my boy JT at the power forward. Okay.
$47 million with a player option in the third season.
Okay.
That sunk my heart. As a Knicks fan, watching Mitchell Robinson grow as a Knicks since he was a second-round pick in 2018, and he was on some bad teams. Like, it felt so good watching Mitchell Robinson get that offensive rebound in Game 5, and I wanted him to get his payday. Like, I'm not mad at Mitchell Robinson for getting his payday to any team. I just wish it was to, like, 29 other teams or 28 other teams, just not to the Boston Celtics. Seeing him in Celtics green is going to look so weird. I'm more mad at James Dolan for not going into the second apron and paying Mitchell Robinson about $15 million a year. And then I thought once they signed Mitchell Robinson,
I didn't remember they said that Mitchell Robinson was going to get traded because they didn't have no money for the Knicks.
and okay, this team's going to be pretty good next year. And then they traded away Jalen Brown for Paul George. Paul George isn't a bad basketball player, but he's not Jalen Brown, who was just on All-NBA second team, who helped carry the Boston Celtics to a 56-26 season last year when everybody thought they were going to be a bad team. I thought they were going to be a play-in team with Jason Tatum hurt. And no, Jalen Brown was an elite player, and they sent him off for Paul George and 2 first-round picks. Like, they couldn't get LeBaron Philon. They couldn't get that other.
Like I said, I feel like same thing with the John Moran shit. I feel like these teams be trading people for the person, bro. Like, even if it was like their like they had a good prime or they're just a good player back in the day, they'll just trade just for the big name, bro. You feel me?
Clippers picking
Like,
20.
they don't care if you down average 2 points. They don't care if your average went down by 20 points. As long as you are a big name player, they'll get you in.
29. That's all.
I mean, let's say you feel like you just fit the role. I guess.
It took really to get Jalen Brown. Maybe his value really wasn't that high to what we thought it was going to be around the league. But like seeing what he went for and seeing maybe Kawhi Leonard go for a little bit more or LaMelo Ball go for just as much, like that kind of just blows my mind. I guess Jalen Brown's contract is that big. Teams didn't really want to pay that premium where he's going to
Y'all
make.
think it might be a little bit of to his streams or like what y'all think, bro? Because I know they did say that he was going to get like I feel like the Celtics might have traded him because he was streaming and talking about them. Well, he wasn't necessarily talking about them, but you know.
Over $67 million in the 2029 season. And he's going to join a team with Joel Embiid, who's making big time money. Rookie standout last year, VJ Edgecombe, and Tyrese Maxey, who was an all-star, as well as their new forward, Dean Wade, who signed a 4-year deal.
The Dean Wade dude? They did used to have him guard a lot of the guards. I know he guarded Cade. He might have guarded Brunson if they played. I don't remember. But I know he was guarding the starting guards a lot. And he could shoot.
Or $39 million. Now, I didn't love this contract for Dean Wade. He's a good three-point shooter. I wouldn't really expect too much offensively out of him, but Philadelphia desperately needed some perimeter defense, and Dean Wade was a very solid defender last year. Cleveland tried to do a lot this offseason to bring him back, so he's going to complete the starting five unless they sign LeBron James, because who knows if that's going to happen right now. Because the Philadelphia 76ers lost Kelly Oubre to the Indiana Pacers.
Just say Kelly Oubre would be on the team, but damn, wasn't it? I remember. Hey, I do remember Kelly Oubre did do that layup. I remember, bro. My boy Quinn Guam was open in the corner, and he shot that shit on 3 people, and I think he got blocked. Or no, he got blocked that play, and he turned the ball over the same play. I remember that shit. I'll never forget that, bro. Because that was a horrible
He signed a 2-year deal worth $17 million.
With the Pacers? Yeah, the Pacers need anybody.
Indiana really needed another perimeter defender after trading away Benedict Mathurin at the deadline. He's not like the greatest defender in the world, but he's a good athlete on the perimeter. And when you have Andrew Nembhard and Halliburton out there with Siakam and Zubac, you kind of need somebody that can be a versatile, physical defender that can also knock down some threes. I feel like for $8.5 million, it's a pretty good price tag. He could back up Aaron Nesmith moving forward. I just kind of wish their ownership group wasn't incredibly cheap and actually traded for like Trey Murphy. And maybe the Pistons are going to trade for Trey Murphy. Well, they didn't bring back Tobias Harris. They still have something going on with Jalen Duren. By the time you guys see this video, I think he's going to be a Piston in some way, shape, or form. I think they would match whatever contract he gets. They brought in John Collins on a 3-year deal worth $51 million. John Collins has turned himself to a nice stretch 5, stretch 4 in the NBA over recent memory. He spent last year with the Los Angeles Clippers after a few years in Utah. I'm not the biggest John Collins fan in the world. He averaged 13 points, 5 rebounds, and shots.
I went to Warriors games with my dad, like the ones that were in ATL, and I used to watch, back when Trae Young was on the team. Collins, the Herder dude. Yeah, I remember, bro. It was traumatizing because I ain't gonna lie. Every time I went and watched those games, like we would go to a hotel, we'll watch the game, we'll be in the hotel for like 3 days, and then we'll come back. So yeah, every time I watched some games, I like we lost, but it was like prime time. We had Clay, Curry, Draymond. I think one of the games we didn't have Curry. I think he was injured. But the other games we had Curry, Draymond, Clay, Looney. I think we had Kuminga too. And we still was losing, bro.
40% from 3. He's
I think it was probably it was like one of those games where it was like real close, and then they just sold the ending.
Offensive player. I'm not.
It was probably like 100 to 101, or 100 to 100 to 101, and then towards the end of the game it was like 100 to 11. 100 to 111.
Not really sure how his game is going to be impacted in the playoffs. He didn't make the playoffs with the Utah Jazz. He was obviously a part of that Atlanta Hawks team in 2021 when they made it to the conference finals. The Clippers missed the playoffs last year. I just feel like there's been so much turnover with the Detroit Pistons for a team that won 60 games last season. And yeah, like I said, they lost Tobias Harris. He signed with the San Antonio Spurs. It was a funny tweet saying,
that nigga thirsty, bro. Damn. Yeah, power forward, right? Damn. Okay.
And yeah, so since they signed Tobias Harris, they're out on LeBron James. First time somebody's ever said that sentence probably ever. He signed a 2-year deal worth $31 million with the San Antonio Spurs, which now will put Tobias Harris over $300 million, well over that in career earnings. His agent belongs in the Hall of Fame. And I did say all offseason long and throughout my free agency predictions that the San Antonio Spurs needed a bigger forward. I didn't think Harrison Barnes was the guy for them, especially as they got deeper into the playoffs. Now, Tobias Harris is on the older side. He's going to be 34 years old next year. He wasn't great for the Pistons in the regular season, but was definitely better offensively in the playoffs in round number 1 versus the Orlando Magic, and was still solid against Cleveland in round number 2. He's going to get so many good looks against opposing defenses playing off of Victor Wembanyama in the front court. I personally would have obviously liked LeBron James more, but I thought Rui Hachimura would have been the perfect target for them. I thought it was cool that Nikola Vucevic returned back to the Orlando Magic, where he basically started his career with. Now, he got drafted by the Philadelphia 76ers with the 16th.
I forgot he played for 76. I don't even remember that. Okay.
The overall pick.
The Magic do need some people.
In the 2011 draft, he spent his rookie year with them, but then was traded in that huge Dwight Howard deal in the 2012 offseason. And then he would go on to spend 9 years in Orlando before getting traded to the Chicago Bulls at the 2021 deadline. We know that the pick they got in that deal, or one of them, ended up being Franz Wagner. He signed with Orlando on a $3 million deal. I think it's worth the flyer. They didn't have a lot of financial flexibility anyway, but that also meant they lost Mo Wagner. He got a 2-year deal with a mutual option with the Brooklyn Nets worth $19 million.
Franz Wagner, bro. I'm getting them mixed up. I ain't gonna care. With the Nets, I don't even know who this. I don't think I know who this. I ain't gonna. I'm confused, bro.
I thought it was.
I think the other one's number 23. I think. Yeah, I
A
don't
little
know. I don't
expensive
think I
for Mo
watched him
Wagner,
play.
but he was coming back from injury
I know
last
one
year.
of
He's a
them
high
said
motor
Mash.
big. I thought the Nets were actually going to get Mitchell Robinson. And once Mo Wagner signed with Brooklyn, I'm like, okay, Mitchell Robinson's got to be signing very soon. The Nets also signed Keon Ellis from the Cavs. It's a 2-year deal worth $18 million guaranteed. It also has a mutual option in
Yeah, I
year
heard a
2.
story. Shout out to him. But the Nets, I guess, fuck it.
He gets to reunite with Jordy Fernandez. Ellis played his best basketball with the Kings a couple years ago when Jordy Fernandez was an assistant over there. I don't know if I really love what the Nets have done in the offseason, but they're just trying to have high floor players to just be in the playing tournament so they don't give Houston a good pick next year. Speaking of signing guys to affect your pick standings, I think that's what the Bulls did. They made a big signing. They signed Norman Powell, 2 years, $45 million. It's a nice payday for Norman Powell as he's.
Was he injured last season? I mean, he'd be shooting threes. I ain't gonna lie. He's good to a team like the Heat. Oh shit. Oh well, yeah. I mean, shit. The Bulls. Yeah, 4. Fuck it. I don't really even know who's on the Bulls for real, bro. Right now, I know Giddy. Yeah, that's why they bought.
33 years old.
The only thing I watched the Bulls game.
I thought he was going to be on a winning team next year, maybe Detroit, somehow back in Miami. But Chicago could have given him a decent amount of money. They did that. And obviously, you're not going to win a title with the Bulls next year. But the Bulls can stay out of that relegation zone with Norman Powell, who was an all-star in 2026.
You do picking niggas so your team don't be that bad. I'll be mad, nigga. I just got traded just for these niggas to at least make it to the play-in. That's it. And not being in a bad standing.
You not want to finish as one of the worst 3 teams in the NBA. You want to finish as the 4th worst team through the 10th worst team to have the sweet spot for the lottery odds going forward.
And hell no, man. You ain't finna drop me for that shit, man. Drop me because you want me on your damn team, not because you want me to damn win the lottery. You know what I'm saying? Hell no, man. I ain't going for that shit.
Norman Powell should help them out with that. He can help them win some games in the first half.
They need shit, man. I don't give a damn about no lottery.
Some offense anyway. I didn't think they were going to have.
You doing all that, you might not even win the lottery, so you just wasted your time.
Maybe.
You just wasted my time leaving my team so we can make it to the damn lottery, and we might not even win the lottery. So now we just wasted even more of our time. You feel me?
Top 27 offense in the league. I think they were going to be one of the worst offensive teams in the NBA. Powell will help that, and then they can also trade him this year at the deadline as well. I think there would be a market for him because it's basically that
trade him.
Bruce Brown contract from a couple years ago with the Pacers. 2 years, $45 million with a team option in year 2. Yeah, that's going to hold some weight at the deadline. Marcus Smart also signed with
to the Rockets to reunite with. Okay. The Rockets. Oh, they got my boy Amen now. Okay, so Marcus Smart could probably stretch the floor out with Amen in the game. Then my boy Shepard, my boy KD, Shingun. Okay. The Eastern dude. Okay.
the Houston Rockets, 2 years, $13 million. Interesting pickup for Houston. I feel like Houston's on a 2-timeline approach right now. They have older guys like Kevin Durant, Marcus Smart, Finney Smith, Clint Capella, Steven Adams. Then they have young guys, the homegrown guys over recent memory. Now, they signed a former Laker role player last offseason in Dorian Finney-Smith. That didn't work out. This one has to be better. It's a 2-year deal worth $13 million. It does have a player option in year 2, so we'll see if Marcus Smart opts out of it. But he was definitely worth every penny for the Lakers last offseason. So if he can replicate that for Hughes out of it, a deal worth $13 million. It does have a player option in year 2, so we'll see if Marcus Smart opts out of it. But he was definitely worth every penny for the Lakers last offseason. So if he can replicate that for Houston next year, it will be worth this contract. They also signed Bogdan Bogdanovic as well. But I feel like Houston's got to make another notable move this offseason.
I mean, I only know this dude for shooting, but
they're really going to run the same team back with just a returning Fred
playoff tested shooter
and adding Marcus Smart. And I do think that this offseason so far has been just as crazy, if not crazier, than 2019. Every move that we talked about today, on top of a Miles Bridges, LaMelo Ball, Ja Morant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Julius Randle, Nick Claxton, and a Kawhi Leonard trade. Yeah, this has been an insane offseason on top of a loaded NBA draft as well. I'm so excited for Summer League. I'm so excited to see what other moves go down as well, because Jalen Duren's probably going to end up back in Detroit, but you never know with the league right now. Is there another trade that's going to come alive? And where is LeBron James ending up? So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy. Just kind of wanted to talk about free agency so far. Drop a thumbs up if you guys did enjoy.
I like this video because it was like all the trades and it was right to the point. And it was
let me know down below what you guys think. I'll catch you on the next one.
But I ain't gonna lie, I mean, this is Matthew Geese. I didn't know he had another channel for basketball. But hey, y'all think in the comments, man. You feel what I'm saying? Some new trades, new teams, new opportunities. know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, life is really all about opportunities, bro. Y'all realize it one day, man. All right? It's all about opportunities and what you do with those opportunities that you're given, man. And the ones that you already have. You feel me? Um, but hey, what time is it? 4:20? Okay. All right, I got time then. Finna hoot today. I should be streaming tonight. Um, I streamed yesterday. I still gotta upload those on my live channel in the description. All right, well, let's do this prayer, and then shit. I'll just probably get in the game, just chill. You are. I'm looking kind of tired, but it's so hot outside, bro. Like even working outside in 90-degree weather, fam. Y'all niggas stay hydrated out there, man. All the real niggas and beautiful women out there working, man. Y'all niggas stay safe, you are. It's hot as fuck outside. Niggas get in the pool, get a little slushy, get you some ice cream, get your summer body. Oh, we probably already got it now. But shit, I niggas keep grinding, man. What's this prayer though, man? Let's get it going. Let's get it going. I think for today, just thank you for allowing all these players to get new opportunities. Hope they make the best of the opportunities with their new teams, and we could continue to stack my Warriors team up too. Just hope us be able to win the championship next season. Just hope everybody stay safe. All these players be able to stay out of legal trouble and stay healthy for their teams, and just be able to fit in with their teams as well. And make the best of opportunities. But just hope you all keep sharing dreams and for me, YouTubers also chase their dreams. Hope all the women know they can chase their dreams and there's nothing they can accomplish through you. And along with the men out there too. And also, so it's never lose sight of you. And just have a great NBA season. Along with WNBA and college basketball too. Uh, just so glad I'm here for some family. Just love you and to touch you. So well, I mean, just y'all more videos tomorrow. Stream tonight.